happy holidays. So now, today we will begin our new chapter. So far, what we had covered was Narada coming to the aid of Vyasdev because Vyasdev was feeling totally left out. He was not able to focus on what he's supposed to do. Like all of y'all, you don't know what you're supposed to do in your class also. Ho ho ho. So, for that reason, Narada has to come and Narada has to tell his way, and he induces Vyasdev to start the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a devotional text. It's a devotional scripture. These are the stories of the Lord. See, Sri Krishna takes about 10 major avatars, and there are others also, around 14, 20, or God knows how many, maybe thousands, who knows. So he takes as many avatars. So some of the major avatars we are going to cover in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So here Vyasdev, he was having a difficulty, so Narada comes and gives him solution, and he is supposed to now sit in meditation and give us these stories. So this is where we had ended the last chapter, how Narada shows the path to Vyasdev. Today we are going to start a new chapter, which is chapter 7. It is called the son of Drona punished. Dronacharya's son is there. How he is punished is the name of the chapter. But today's topic is different. Today's topic is how do the holy people write or spout these spiritual truths. These are spiritual truths, isn't it? So how do they say these kind of truths and give them to the world? It's a unique phenomena, and we are going to learn about that. So let us begin. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Son of Drona Punished, verse 1 onwards. Rishi Shaunak said, O Sutta, the great and transcendently powerful Vyasdev heard everything from Shri Narad Muni. So after Narada's departure, what did Vyasdev do? See, in the last chapter, what we learned was Narada comes to the help of Vyasdev and gives him an understanding that in his state, where he was not feeling anything after writing all the great scriptures, I'm sure you know about the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita and all those things. He has written those, he has given it to his son. Written doesn't mean physically written, by the way, okay? So he was giving it in the form of a Shruti. He was telling his son and other people, and when these words were spouting, it was kind of understood by everybody, but he was feeling totally left out. Think like this: if you are a great writer and an author, after you finish writing the book, what happens to you? You feel completely empty. You don't know what you are supposed to do next. You may be just looking at your typewriter or your computer and saying, now what? I don't know what I'm going to do. It's the same thing with your life also, isn't it? Now you have set yourself a goal. Okay? You may want to win the match. And now you have won the match, you have got the medal, you have got everything. The cup also. And now what? What is the next? Nobody knows. And this is the feeling which everybody goes through in life. Feeling of emptiness, because we really don't understand what happens after that. And this is exactly how Vyasdev sees himself a completely an empty person. And that is a time Narad Muni comes over there to give him an advice that you need to bring love into your life. You need to bring devotion into your life. See, when you are full of love, what happens to your life? Suppose you fall in love. At that moment in time, you forget the rest of the world, isn't it? And you are only focused on what you love the most. Whether it is food, whether it is a person, whether it's a place, it's a thing. You can go to maybe Switzerland or some such fancy location, and you may fall in love with it, and you would like to stay over there, isn't it? So when you fall in love with a place or a person or a thing, you have to start loving it in the first place, and then you can write a eulogy on that. You can write beautiful words on that. Yes, this is like a paradise, or this is like this. Isn't that how world is? So you want to describe it, and that is what Narada tells Vyasdev you have to do. So are you a devotee of Sri Krishna? Yes. Then if you are a devotee of Sri Krishna, it is your job today to write his stories. See, the world needs these kind of stories. If I am going to give you the Vedas in a cut and a dried fashion, do you really think you will enjoy anything? First and foremost, you won't even understand what I am talking about, because you are a kindergarten student and I am talking about PhD level studies. Where is the difference over there? You won't even understand one thing in your life. Imagine somebody who is a very great scientist and he starts spouting knowledge in front of common man. How many people will understand? Nobody understands. It's the same thing with artificial intelligence or anything that is going on in this world today, isn't it? If I keep on saying AI, 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 what? AI, AI, what? What is AI? Hardly anybody will know. Even those who say they know are foolish because they actually don't know. So the answer lies in this factor that you have to be given stories so that you can grasp the meaning. Alright? So I have to give you a story, and that is where Vyasdev is heading. So after Narada gives him this understanding and the knowledge, and he says, now I am going on my Brahman. I am going all over the world now, roaming to different locations. You can sit in meditation. Now Shaunak Muni is saying these words. If you remember, the genesis of this story is from Parikshit and Sukdev. I think you know the whole thing. I don't have to repeat it. So here he is saying after Narada left. That is what he is saying. After Narada left, what did Vyasdev do? So Vyasdev has to do something. What does he do? Sutta said, on the western banks of the river Saraswati, which is intimately related with the Vedas, there is a cottage for meditation as Samya Prasa. Basically, where sannyasis and people who are renunciates will sit over there. A meditation hut kind of a thing. You can say, oh, there is a place where you can sit, which enlivens the transcendental activity of the sages. See, if I have to sit in meditation in my house, do you really think I will be able to meditate? It is not possible to meditate in your own house with so much of noise going on, with so much of disturbances. Your spouse will come and sit on top of your head, your children will come. I think it's a chaos out there. You need a me space, isn't it? A me space where it is peaceful and quiet. Even the writers and the authors, what do? They go to a location, they will sit peacefully in front of their computer or a typewriter or whatever that they are writing in, maybe a book, a sheaf of papers. And they will want to sit in peace and quiet. So also these great sages, they also needed a place where they could keep on writing. I will tell you, there is a scripture called Das Bodh. It was written in a cave in a place called Shivtargal. It's a place where Samarth Ramdas sat along with his devotees, his disciples, and he wrote the Das Bodh over there. It was kind of given as a form of a dictation. Gautam Buddha sat on top of a mount. Below him were his four great sages, which are basically the bodhisattvas were sitting. So the level below are the bodhisattvas. They all sit in an assembly. And on the right hand side, he had a group of bodhisattvas. On the left hand side, or rather, left hand side, he had the bodhisattvas, and the right hand side, he had the arhats. Arhats are people who start their training in spiritual. So, if you are starting your training in spirituality, you will be called as an arhat, somebody who has just started. So, Buddha, along with his great bodhisattvas, they would be answering questions. So people would be standing in front, right there, right in front of them, and somebody would raise a question. And that question was first answered by different people. And finally, the judgment was given by Gautam Buddha. And all this was written by 500 people on this side and 500 people on this side. Imagine them writing it down. And that is how the sutras came into the picture. And for how many years? 40 long years. 40. So how much of knowledge do you think these people must have noted down? So Gautam Buddha is saying something and they are just noting it down. And it became great scriptures which was kept in the Nalanda University. And later on it was destroyed, burned down and destroyed. And all these people from the university, they took all these documents and ran away to different places in the world. That is why even if you go to Japan, China, India, Indonesia, Hong Kong, wherever, Sri Lanka or any other place in the world where there are monasteries, the Buddhist monasteries, you will still find they are having a particular scripture with them. And they can tell you what is written in the scripture over there. That is how the different scriptures came about. Likewise, you will find that Sai Satcharitra got written by Hemad Pant in the quiet of his study. Then you will find that these kind of scriptures, these kind of books get written only in a peaceful surrounding. But somebody has to write it down, isn't it? If there is nobody to take down the notes and write it down, what is the use of the Guru's teachings being given? You are only hearing from one ear and going out through the other ear. Nobody is interested in writing. Now think about it. There are so many great people. Jesus Christ also spoke. Today is his birthday. He also spoke. It's called the Sermon on the Mounts. Isn't it known to people? There are not 4 versions, but there are 4,000 versions of it. Okay? And then what he spoke to St. Peter and what he said to St. Thomas and so on and so forth. It is written down. Okay? And some of these scriptures were then they were basically removed from that and they were put up as a Bible. This is the holy word which we have to accept. In a similar manner, the Sai Satcharitra is a holy word. We accept it. So I hope you understood how the person in front writes it down and it becomes a holy scripture. You will find that behind me there are so many tons of scriptures, of books. These have been written down by their disciples, by the devotees. They write it down. Shri Krishna is not going to write a word also. Please understand this. Like that, Ramakrishna Paramahansa is not going to write a word. Neither will Sai Baba write a word, nor is any other great sage and saint going to say, okay, now I am writing these words. No. Sometimes they will write something, but that is only some teaching. But the story, you understand the story is important or no? How that happens? Some person comes in front of this master, and how does the master treat that person? It's a very unique way of knowing this. And that becomes a beautiful story. Alright? And these stories got to be written. If there is nobody to write them, then it is of no use. Nobody will know that person. Or if today, think about it, if M would not have written, do you think you would have even known who this person was as Ramakrishna Paramahansa? No. Even Keshav Chandra Sen, he wrote in his newspaper, in his articles, and it was then published. When these articles are published, the world comes to know about the great sage and the saint. And once they come to know, then they will get attracted. People will get attracted. How much of positive good with this person will be doing? Tell me. If Hemad Pant has written one book, is it read by millions of people? Is it consecrated book by the hand of Sai Baba? He would have definitely said, no, write this book. Yes? And then, do we treat this book as a holy book? Even my Guru, whatever that he has said, in the form of, Narsimha Saraswati or Shripad Shri Vallabh, it got written as a Guru Charitra. Where was the Guru Charitra written? In a place which is way north of Karnataka. It's a small village called Kadganchi. There it was written. And this scripture is today considered the holy book called Guru Charitra. If that person would not have written, would anybody over here know about these two masters who are Dattatraya's avatar? Nobody will know. So the idea is it has to be written, somebody has to say it, somebody has to by heart it, somebody has to note it down. Then only people remember. Okay, I was yesterday reminded of a very beautiful story which I had told way back in the past, maybe 10 years, 20 years, God knows how many years ago. And this story was very unique. It is just a 2-line story. The story goes like this. There is a person who goes and stands in front of Sri Krishna and says to Sri Krishna, please let me win the lottery. Second day he goes, please let me win the lottery. And he keeps on asking. Years go by, please let me win the lottery. Finally, Sri Krishna gets frustrated with this person. And then he answers him, you idiot, why are you not buying a lottery ticket first? This person is saying, give me the lottery, but he is not willing to do the work. He is not even willing to buy a lottery ticket. How does that sound to you? Everybody says, yes. But actually there are no doers in this world. There can be one Hemad Pant who is going to become famous. Isn't it? There is going to become one Samarth Ramdas. Whoever has written one M, Mahendranath, we will remember him. Why? Because at least he gave the word of the spiritual master. And this is what happens. On the western banks of the river Saraswati, which is intimately related to the Vedas, there is a cottage for meditation, a Samya Prasa, which enlivens the transcendental activity of the sages. In that place, Vyasdev in his own ashrama, which is surrounded by berry trees, sat down to meditate after touching waters for purification. Thus he fixed his mind perfectly, engaging it by linking it to the devotional service without any tinge of materialism. And there he saw the absolute personality of Godhead, that is Sri Krishna, along with his external energy, which is under his full control. Now, Vyasdev goes to his place, which is an ashrama on the Saraswati river. It is still there. Okay? That place is still there. It's like a cave. So you can go to that cave and you can visit it today also. It is high up in the mountains, in the Himalayas. So he sat over there and he started thinking and meditating on the Lord. This is where we begin our today's satsang. I want to give you an understanding. When you say some words from your mouth, how do the words come? Let us say you are eating a small dish, maybe bhajiyas or some kind of bondas. Okay? Your mother or some person has made it. After eating it, do you taste it? Yes. Do you say it is very nice if it is nice? You say these words, isn't it? So, are you motivated in saying those words or no? So, normal human beings are always motivated by some action. So, there is a precursor, there is an action which happens, which then leads the person to some kind of a words. So, if I have to think and write, which means I am actually thinking about a process. Okay? I will look at my pen and then I will say, okay, I got to write. Sell me this pen. How easy it is, like, I'm sure you have heard this line before in marketing, isn't it? Sell me this pen. Now, isn't that what is understood? When the object is in front of you, you understand things, isn't it? When the phone is in front of you, does anybody have to tell you pick up the phone? No. It is natural, you will pick it up, you will scroll, isn't it? The same way, if somebody wins a prize, if somebody comes first, if somebody has won some kind of a trophy, or somebody has done something really fantastic in life, and when we meet the person, are we motivated to say congratulations, wish you, yeah, blah blah blah, whatever that you got to say? Do you say it or no? It is but natural. Why? You are supposed to do that and your mind says so. When your mind is talking, are these words real? No. They are generated by your mind because that is how you have to say. There is a precursor, there is something, there is a memory which will tell you what this is all about. Now let us say you have gone to some place in the Middle East and you are getting Turkish ice cream. Have you seen Turkish ice cream? You see that person keeps on playing with it, with the cone. It's very funny. And you can Google Turkish ice cream in YouTube and you will get a funny videos. So this person, he is not giving you the ice cream for at least 1 minute. He just keeps on, playing around with it. And you may get very frustrated with it. Now, if that person is doing that thing and you're seeing it for the first time, you are going to be feeling, oh my God, that kind of a feeling. And finally, when you get to eat the ice cream, you are going to like it. It is a formula for success. You want to buy that ice cream. And 10 people also see, so they also stand over there. So there is a crowd. Now, you go second time to that country and you want to eat the same ice cream. I want to ask you this question. Do you think you are going to like what you are going to do? No. If your fun and happiness was 100% the first time, the second time it is 50%. You are not even going to like it. And the next time you do it once again, you are still not going to like it more. And after that you will give it up. Isn't that how it works? So do you see the motivation of the mind is there? The mind has stored some data. In your brain, there is some place where the memory stores some data points and says, okay, I like this or I hate this. Suppose you go to a restaurant. And when you go to a restaurant and there are certain things that you like. Okay, you go to a Michelin star restaurant and you like something. Okay. And you say, I will order this. Remember, you have gone there before and you have seen the Michelin star. Wow, it's a beautiful place. And even though it is expensive, you might have eaten something over there. And you go the next time. The same item is not going to be palatable to you. See, if you go to the same location 6 times, you are not going to like it anymore. Suppose you like Simla, you like Ooty, or you like some other place. I'm going to Ooty, I'm going to Ooty, I'm going to Ooty, I'm going to Ooty. Every time, 6, 7 times you are going to Ooty. What are you going to like over there? Same thing I got to get to see. Isn't that how you are going to say? How many times would you like to go and see Eiffel Tower? How many times you want to go and see the Statue of Liberty? First time when you go, you are awestruck. Oh my God, look at the Statue of Liberty. Second time you go, I've seen that. But you will see it from far. Yeah, Statue of Liberty. I'll take one photo over there. So people will take one photo over there. Otherwise, nobody is interested. It is a motivated action. Every action in this world is motivated. You see, even if one simple stuff is made, let us say aloo parota is being made. Now, first time when you have it, maybe you will like it. Second time, okay, there is less of salt in it. Third time, alus are not cooked properly. Third time, fourth time, you are going to say, man, I have get better aloo parotas in my place. Are you not going to do that? You're going to do exactly like that. So this is how it works. So always remember this. Every human being is motivated by saying, by some kind of an action. And your mind comes into play. Think about it. If your mind is at play, are these a part of the 5 sheaths? If it is a part of the 5 sheaths, is it connected to the body? 100%. If it is connected to the body, it is the mundane intelligence, mundane mind that is there, and the body that is there. It is interacting with something. So your words are not real. They are all fake. A very funny scene happened yesterday. Okay. Now, I said I want to have a cup of tea. Now, Rajma went down to make the cup of tea. I like it with ginger. Now, her mother came in the kitchen. Okay, they are there for some tests over here. So, mother came in the kitchen. And she started taking all kinds of masalas. Like elaichi and all that. Elaichi means cardamom. She said, Guruji likes it with cardamom. Guruji likes it with this. So Rajma said, no, he doesn't like it with cardamom. No, when I give him in the village with cardamom and other masalas, he likes it a lot. And there was a fight on this issue. No, he doesn't like it with cardamom. He likes it with cardamom. There. It is creation of the mind. Would you agree that? And then Rajma had to tell her mother, every time when you give him tea, you make it with that same thing. Do you think he is forced to say he likes it or no? Can I say I don't like this tea? Can I say that? It is not going to be good. So I am going to fake it and make it. You got the point or no? How many live a life of faking it? Our whole life is fake. So we say, oh, it's very nice, very good, very good. We say these words in our life. Normal human beings talk like this. They will always qualify the sentences with the likes and the dislikes, the right and the wrong, the good and the bad. So mind is constantly at play. I hope you get the point. The great sages are not having a mind. Remember, we are doing the Tripura Rahasyam, where Dattatreya says you don't need the mind and there is no mind status. So they never use the mind. Body is just a vessel. It's an empty vessel. It actually doesn't have any of these layers in it. That body is connected to the divine consciousness. Because they are sages, they are divine. So are they living in the divinity? in the supreme divine conscious state or no? They don't have a mind. They are not biased people. They are not going to say something for the sake of saying the way human beings talk. Their mouth will just open for the sake of saying it because that is the only way out in this world. What they answer? So whatever they say or whatever they write is not motivated by their mind, neither by their neither by the intellect that they have, which is a mundane intellect, and not by the body at all. And there is nothing like or dislike in their world. There is nothing like and dislike. Yesterday there was a small argument where the person said we have to make this world free from all these impurities. Like say for example, the plastics are there, the air is polluted, and this is happening and that is happening. We should all work towards that. I said, okay. So there are some people who are going to pollute. Aren't there? Of course there are going to be people who pollute. And there are some who will say, I have to clean this pollution. So there are some who are going to clean it. And some who are just going to sit and watch the lady burn. Do you know what I'm saying? Somebody is the instigator in the New York subway to burn this lady. The lady got burnt. The police were all standing outside looking at her burn to death. Nobody interfered over there. So there are going to be people who are just going to sit and watch the display going on. So there are three kinds of people: Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Somebody who is going to clean the place is called a Sattvic person. Somebody who is going to pollute the place is called Tamasic person. And somebody who is going to say, can I make money out of this? I will post a video on TikTok. There is a third person. He is not even interfering. He is not even going in that. He is just watching and making a video on somebody getting killed. How bad is that? So you can see, good, bad, worst. Three things are there. So in this world, there are these three kinds of people. What can you do about it? They are all motivated by some action. The one person who is motivated by burning this woman or doing something wrong in this world, polluting the waters or rivers or whatever, and using plastic like nobody's business, and there are people who use plastic as for everyday activity. Oh, bag this and give me, bag that and give me. This is plastic, that is plastic, that is plastic, everything is plastic. So there are people who are going to encourage plastic, and there are going to be people who discourage plastic. And there is somebody who is going to be saying, oh, what difference does it make? I'll just eat whatever comes in my way. So he will use a styrofoam cup, he will use a styrofoam plate and eat it in that. I say, what will I do? I'll just dump it. Yeah, I understand. You have to fight for plastic removal, blah, blah, blah. But what am I to do? I can't do anything, Hey, there is no other plate. What to do? I have to eat in this only. Got the point or no? This is how it works. So here, the motivation is there for human beings, but for the spiritually perfect things, the spiritually perfect sages and saints, these 5 bodies, in that the 4 bodies are literally non-existent. It is just an empty shell, kind of. So Vyasdev is direct connect with the divine consciousness. And how does he connect? This is what he is saying. He fixed his mind, perfectly engaged it by linking it to devotional service. That means you have to think in love with God. I am in love with God. And God is this divine consciousness. I have to be always lost in the divinity. And this is how he lives. So Vyasdev is completely lost in the ocean of the divine consciousness. And then what happens? There is no tinge of materialism. He's not thinking, I have to make money after printing these books, I will go and print the books and I will make money. Does he say that? Does he say, my knowledge you have to pay for it? No, he doesn't say any of those things. Because he knows there is no materialism in this. No, I don't want a blue pen. I want a black pen to write. Why? Black pen writes nicely. Normal human beings talk like this. They will say, where is my cup? This is not the cup I am drinking from. That is the cup I drink from. Why have you given that cup to that person? Isn't that how we always do in our world? If you are used to drinking something from one cup or one glass, and somebody comes and the glass is given to that person, you feel bad about it. Even your chair, even everything. But the divine people, they are least bothered about it. They are just doing things for the sake of doing. They are not motivated by any action. And that is the reason why they are always lost in the divine consciousness. So when Vyasdev is lost in the divine consciousness, what happens? He is able to transact directly with Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is the divine consciousness. And thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead Sri Krishna along with his external energy. What is the external energy? Maya, the one who rules this world. Think about it. The consciousness cannot be visible. We have done this now many times, thousands of times. The person, this consciousness have to become a person to be understood, isn't it? There is nothing which can describe Krishna. So he has to take a form which is likable to you, then only he is going to appear, isn't it? So when he appears in the form of Narsimha, is that form meant for that purposes? 100%, isn't it? When he appears as Matsya Avatar, is that form for that particular purpose or no? Yes. See, every form you look at it, you will find that the form is very significant for that particular performance. So he is going to appear in that form. That is why it is called his external energy. Okay? Due to his external energy, the living entity, though transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reaction of material miseries. So Sri Krishna also takes a materialistic form so that people can see him. But the divine consciousness has no form. Remember this. Now, anybody who takes a material form will be driven by the material miseries. Think about it. If I put water in one balloon, and I put one pin to it, will that balloon break and will the water fall down? 100% it is going to fall down. But if I take a steel tank and I poke it with a pin, do you think the thing will come out? No. But I drive a bullet through it. Naturally, it's going to puncture, rupture, and it is going to flow out. So, is that water directly connected to the tank and the balloon? Yes. So, is it going to have the feeling of pouring out? Exactly. Now, you are inside this body. I come and poke a pin to you. Okay? Are you going to jump or no? Yeah, why are you doing like this? Isn't that what you will do? Of course you will do it like that. Same thing, even if I come and say, you are such a stupid person, which I keep on saying all the time. Okay, doesn't it affect you? So, every time when I say, look at these average people, they are mundane people. Look at, it is going to hurt you. Your mind is going to get upset with it. It's going to feel, why is he talking like this? So, body is a sheath, which is having its problems. So, there is material miseries. Got the point? So, every body has to go through material miseries. So, even if Sri Krishna is born as a human being, does he have to see his own kith and king being destroyed in front of his eyes? As a human being, do you think he's going to feel it or no? Of course he's going to feel. Sri Ram's wife was kidnapped, Srita Maiya. Did he feel it or no? He is the divine consciousness. He felt it, of course. When his brother was injured and dying, was he crying or no? Yes. These are material level miseries. And thus he says, although transcendental to the three modes of the material nature, he thinks of himself as a material product. So the divine consciousness or anybody who is divine, when they are born in a body, they get one sheath after sheath as a body. Everything that is connected to the material body, they will be going through it, feeling it, experiencing it. It is important that they do. Think. This is a very, very important line. And that is the reason why you will find that they go through their material miseries as well. We'll do one more verse. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, verse 6. The material miseries of the living entities, which are superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by the linking process of devotional service. But the mass of people do not know this. And therefore, the learned Vyasdev compiled the Vedic literature, which is in relation to the supreme truth. Now, this is a line which is going to tell you about your miseries. How many miseries do you go through every single day of your life? Many. Every day when you get up, are you feeling, hey, today is a new day? Yeah, come on, let's go and do this. I mean, you really think you are doing this? Or you are saying, oh my God, I have to get up today. Alarm is ringing. Let me shut it off. And after shutting off the alarm, you are feeling miserable. You have to go to work. Today is the 24th, I still have to go to work. The children in the school, yesterday I saw children in the school. They are playing over there in that ground over there. But then we looked at them and said, oh my God, today is the 25th, 24th, and still children are not having a holiday. See, we all want holidays. And when holiday comes, what do you want? Either you want to sleep or you want to go out somewhere. Right? Or you want to eat something nice. What else you will do? Yesterday's day when I was outside, I saw the whole of the city is filled with people eating. There were queues outside restaurants. And the city was crowded like nobody's business. Everybody was hogging away. As if today is the last day in the world. Tomorrow the world is going to be disappearing. And there is queues outside. Lot of people standing outside. Why? 24th. My God. Christmas tomorrow. We have to celebrate it. Let us celebrate today itself. And this is how it was. And the people who are taking orders, servers, the waiters or whatever you call them, you think they were interested in even talking to you? They were the most miserable people over there. Why? I have to serve this idiot. You understand what they are saying? They are thinking in their mind, I have to serve this idiot. He's come and he's ordering, can you get me this? Can you get me this? Can you get me this? He's ordering this like this. He's got a holiday. I don't have a holiday. They are having a holiday. They are enjoying their life. They are going out with friends, relatives, friends and all. And look at me. I am standing over here serving people. They are like that. Miseries. We are full of miseries. So the person who is coming to eat also is going to have a loose motion tomorrow, because naturally the person who is serving it not with love. Eat, take this, eat it. The person is like that. It's full of bitterness in it. So I was going to order coffee. I said, don't want. Maybe it will get poisoned. And I walked away from that place. Why? Because You know how it is. And then we went to a very old place, which is, where the coffee is very cheap, 25 cents. Okay, that place we went. Because other places 200, 300, 400 rupees for a cup of coffee, and people sit over there and they are doing internet. I mean, I don't know how coffee and internet is connected. But anyway, they are doing. So I went to this place. You drink a 25, 30 rupees coffee and you can sit for 6 hours or 10 hours in that place. This is a place known for that. And what do people do over there? They think and they write and they gossip. It is called Indian Coffee House. 30 rupees coffee. You sit over there for 6 hours also, nobody is going to come and say anything to you. And the person who is serving it is happy to work over there because he gives you 30 rupees coffee and he gets 30 rupees tip. So he is happy. But the other place is crowded. This place there was nobody there because nobody wants that 30 rupees coffee. See? You understand what I am saying? But that is the genuine coffee. Nobody wants that coffee. Cafe latte, coffee this, coffee that. Everybody wants that kind of coffee. Are plain, simple South Indian coffee, nobody wants. Okay? So it was very funny. Human beings are having their own miseries. If you are served, if you are not served, if you are with your wife, you are having children. Why is the child behaving like this? Why is the wife behaving like this? Why is my husband like this? What does he do? He is only sitting and drinking beer and beer. How many bottles he has been knocking off? Bottles mean those cans. Oh my God, look at him. He's just sitting over there. His tummy is coming out. You see, all misery only, no full time. What? This is the miserable world. And then you have to go and eat. What are we going to order today? As if it's the worst thing on planet Earth. What are we going to order today? Have you ever seen, this is the biggest point of argument when you go in a restaurant. You have gone to a South Indian restaurant. What else you will order except 4 things? Idli, dosa, vada, sambar. Beyond that, what else you will order? Tell me. Nothing. Okay. So order that stupid thing, no. You go to an Italian restaurant, what you will order? Pizza, pasta and something. Beyond that, what do you have? Biryani? No. There is no biryani available in an Italian restaurant. There is nothing to think of. But no, I got to think. Miserable people we are. We are miserable to the core. What is the best way out of this misery? Take the name of God. There is nothing else to do. I hope you get the point. Take the name of God. You see, when a child thinks of jingle bell, I'll get my gifts, I will get my gifts. He's only thinking of that. Can you see his happiness? His happiness is equal to gifts. He will never get up the regular days, but on the Christmas day, he will wake up early in the morning to see what that gift is. Isn't that how we are? So human beings want a little bit of happiness in their world. Okay? You also want. How do you take happiness? The gift to us is nothing but devotional service of Shri Krishna. Take the name of Krishna. Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, whatever name that you want to take. Take his name. Just that's what it is. And this is what is mentioned by Shri Krishna himself. He says, okay, but the mass of people do not know this. What is it that they don't know? To take the name of God. Nobody takes the name of God. They are thinking, Rotary Club mein kya karega? Today I have a meeting, a Christmas Eve meeting I have in a Rotary Club, in the Lions Club, in this club, in that club. Yeah, all kinds of club they will go, and what they will sit over there and do? What are we going to eat? What are we serving? Arey, this time, every time you give me cheap whiskey, can I have expensive whiskey this time? They are thinking of that only. They are not thinking of anything constructive. What is there for eating and drinking is all they are thinking of. That is their happiness. Like that child finds happiness in those gifts, no? But that happiness is when chad gayi, अच्छा है, उतर गई, खराब है. You understand? Chad gayi means, when you drink, it rises in your life, you feel, oh, very nice, very nice. And when it comes down, I got a hangover. Huh? And maybe you will sing a song, hangover, like that. We don't know. So think like that. These are miseries of your life. Why are you miserable? Take the name of God and talk about his stories. It can be directly mitigated by linking process of devotional service. And this is the truth about spirituality. Don't bother about saying all, I'll go and do yoga. Don't do yoga, you will get a pain in your back. Huh? When you want to find happiness, after doing yoga, how many people have strains and sprains and pain in the back and the pain in some other places? Tell me, how many people have? Oh my God, I feel so tired, I feel like I got to drink something. Oh, yoga is for drinking something. When you go for a jog and a walk, you know what very funny thing happens when you go for a jog and a walk? We are looking for the places where they are serving the juices. Hey, where is the juice wala? Okay, here he is. Okay. Green juice, red juice, yellow juice, blue juice. We are not going for walks or we are not going for running for that purpose. We will have some nice early morning Karela water. Okay, and then we are going to talk to 4 people over there. One beautiful girl also comes over there for jogging. I have to see what dress she is wearing today. Okay. All these oldies, what they do? They go for jogging and they are running behind one nice, good-looking woman and they are saying, oh, I'm jogging, I'm jogging. What is he jogging? Guy is not even jogging. He's looking at that person. Useless people. So, this is jogging. And then they will drink Karela juice. I've seen people do this Karela juice. And then all those kind of juices and drinks and eatables and all. What? Is that why you are running? There is no happiness in all these things. Happiness comes in devotional service of the God. Start your devotional service early in the morning only. You will find at least peace. You don't have to listen to your wife or you don't have to listen to your husband. Did you make this? Did I happen to be there? Where is my tie? Where is my shoes? Where is it? You must have kept it somewhere. Go get lost. So devotional service is all that will give you happiness. And it's a very good place to, go and hide, isn't it? Like Vyasdev, he went into that mountain. Remember? I don't know Vyasdev had his wife or no over there. But at least he went over there. He must be peaceful over there. So this is what we have come to the end of verse 6. We will stop over here and we'll do verse 7 tomorrow onwards. Okay?
Recording stopped.